multiplying and dividing measurements. So why we multiply and divide the measurements? Because in the finding the average speed, we will get if we want to find this speed, it's a distance divided by time. So while finding the average speed, so you may use the dividing. So in a finding the multiplying measurements, you will use in a distance, you will multiply distance speed with time, you will get the distance. So this is the one of the example. So let's do. So it will get, you will get the what I'm saying. So but you can also there are if you want to find the area or the length, there are also or many examples are there, no? uh, the measurements, the measure the measurements of a piece of A4 paper. The measurements of a A4 paper are given as 210 centimeter and 29.70 centimeter to the nearest millimeter. So in a question it says uh, what are the upper and the lower bounds of the area of the piece of a paper. So it says find like a or what are the upper and lower bounds of the area of the piece of a paper. So let's find it, no? So in a question it says the measurements of a piece of A4 paper are given as a 210 centimeter and let me correct it here. This is the 21.0. So 21 centimeter. This is 29.70 centimeter, 29.7, and to the nearest millimeter. So this is our accuracy term. I may write the, because sometime I write the A to the terms. So this is my accuracy. This is good. This is the accuracy. So nearest millimeter. What are the upper and the lower bounds of the area of the piece of a paper? So we have a length. This is we have a given like this. This is some kind of a rectangle because the lengths are not equal. All the length and width are not equal. So this is the 29 centimeter, and this is 21 centimeter. So in a question it says find the lower and upper bound of the area. So it says finding, first of all you may write the formula of the area. No? So area is about the length into the width. So the length is 29.7 and the width is 21 centimeter. So finding the upper bound of the area, upper bound of the area, A, it's finding the upper bound of the L, its length, upper bound of the length into upper bound of the width. Uh, in a multiplication, if numbers are greater than one, you will get the the greater number always. So this is some kind of a like this, no? Because in there is not we are not talking about the small things, so we are talking about the large things. So you may always assume the upper bound of a length is greater than one, and upper bound of the width is greater than one. So now let's do this, no? So in finding the lower bound of an area, so A is for the area now here. So lower bound of the area, so lower bound of the length L and lower bound of the width into the lower bound of the width. So now note here, no? So upper bound of a length, so this is a 29.7 in a, so we have given the accuracy in a millimeter. So we will convert these terms into a millimeter, no, first. So while converting into a centimeter to a millimeter, so you will multiply terms, no, with 10. So this will become 297 millimeter. 297 millimeter. And this length will become a this. So converting 21 into a millimeter, you will get 210 millimeter. So now imagine here we should not imagine, because we have given the length, the accuracy here is one millimeter, no, nearest a millimeter. So the error term is 0.5, simple. So this is 0.5. So the upper bound of length. First, I want to find the upper bound of the area. So I want to find the upper bound of a length and upper bound of width. So upper bound of a area. So upper bound of a length, it's like a 297 plus 0.5. So add the error term. Similarly, finding the upper bound of width, 210 millimeter plus 0.5. So when you add these terms, 297.5 into 210.5, you will find this, the upper bound of the area is let's find from the calculator. So now finding the upper bound of the area, it's now multiply these terms, 297.5 into 210.5. So this is our upper area of the upper bound. Let's see. So this is 6.26, but let me write into a 6 0.2 262 and 375 into 10 raised to power 4. Or you may write this 6 2 6 2 1 2 and 3. Now it's 4. So this will become like this. So this is into a so this so this is correct. So this is into a millimeter squared right now. This is while finding into centimeter, you will just divide with this 100. So because of a millimeter square, this is like a 10 into a 10. So this will convert this into centimeter. Centimeter square. So now finding the lower bound, of the area is lower bound of a length into the lower bound of a width. So while finding the lower bound of a length, it's now we will subtract the error term. No? So we will subtract 297 minus from 0.5. So you will get 200 and now 210 point minus 0.5. So while subtracting this and you will find here this is 200 and 296.5 into 209.5. So when you multiply these terms in last, you will get how much? Let's do it. You will get 62,116.75. So this is in a millimeter square. So while in finding into a centimeter square, you will get 621.675. So this is centimeters square. So now we have a note. What is the note here is note. Let's see the note. So note. When finding, however, the situation is different. When dividing, sorry, when dividing, however, the situation is different. It's different. How it's different? Dividing by a larger number makes the answer smaller. Dividing by a larger number number makes the answer smaller. Uh, Sometime. I may say sometime. If we have a number 0.5 and divided by 2, what we will get? Check by yourself. Or 1 divided by 0. Divided by 2, what we will get? Check by yourself. When dividing, uh, now the situation you are dividing, when you find the upper bound while in a dividing, divide the upper bound by the lower bound. By the lower bound. So it's like this. Now, if you want to find the upper bound of a division, so we have a two observation, A observation and B observation. So upper bound of a A divide with lower bound of a B. Huh? Upper bound by a lower bound. So you will get the upper bound of a in a division. So this was the first point. No? What when we want to find the lower bound? No? So to find it, the upper bound divide. Oh, sorry, it's a lower bound. uh, Lower bound. Find the lower bound. Divide the lower bound by the upper bound. So this is it's like this in a lower bound of a in a division. No? So lower bound of a A divide upper bound of a B. This is what it is. So finding the lower bound in a division, you will find it divide the lower bound of a with the upper bound. So this is what it is. So let's see in example. So in example, some person who is a Jain cycles 14.2 kilometer to three significant figure. In a time of 46 minutes to the nearest minute. So it's asking about what are the upper and lower bounds of his average speed in, it's saying you have to find into a kilometers per hour. This is our question. And also it says give your answer to three significant figure. So solution for this is first, what we want to find here, no? It's some kind of indirect question. Things are not a given. First, you have to find the thing that, no, because here the average speed formula, which is like a distance divided by time. So now the formula for the average speed is the distance divided by time. So it says we have to find into a kilometers per hour. This is should be in the mind. So, but it also says the 14.2 kilometer to three significant figures. So, what this two three significant figures mean? So, this is asking this number, no, this number place of a two. So, two is on the uh, 10th place of our number. Number two is on the 10th place value. So, our accuracy will become a 0.1. For the distance, the accuracy will become uh, for distance. Accuracy is equals to 0.1 kilometer, because our term is given into kilometers. So now for the minutes, the accuracy will become a nearest minute. For minutes, the accuracy will become a uh, into the 1 minute. MIN. It will. But the question asks the upper bound and a lower bound of his average speed. Na? So up, let's suppose this is A A S, or I may say for the speed the S. So the upper bound of S speed is finding this is our D divided by T. This is our time. So we're finding the upper bound of this, like this. So we will first find the upper bound of a distance and the lower bound of a time. because when we find the lower bound of a time, uh, it, it is a smaller number. So when we will divide with the numerator with the smaller number, we will get the bigger number. So if we have a while finding the lower bound of a speed, so lower bound of a speed, average speed. So uh, oh, let me correct it. Lower bound of a speed is lower bound of divided. Sorry, I'm getting mistake. So lower bound of a distance divided by the upper bound of a time. So so this is the formula for this, no? So this will give us as a larger number, and this will give us a smaller number, because we are dividing uh, the smaller number with the larger number. That's why we are getting the smaller number, the lower bound, and we are dividing the larger number with the smaller number. We'll get the larger number. So now note here is like a first. Let me see, the things are clear here, no? So so the distance is given in a 14.2 kilometer. So so upper bound of for the distance is upper bound of a d is uh, 14.2 plus 0.05. Why is 0.05? Because when we divide the accuracy with 2, we will this is our error term will become 0.05. So we will get 14.25 kilometer, upper bound of a distance. Now, finding the lower bound of a time. So lower bound of a time. So we have its original value is it's a 46 minutes. Now subtract this is given as a 1 minute. 1 minute. So subtract from 46 0.5, because this is our error term. We will get 45.5 minutes. So for finding the upper bound of a speed, so we will divide upper bound of a distance, which is 14.25 kilometers. But here you should note, we want the time in not a minutes, we want into the hours. So 45 uh, 0.5 divided by 60. So now we our time will become into the hours. So in the last we will get our answer will become into, so let's find it. Let's see what it will become now. So 14.25 divided by 45.5 divided by 60, and in the last you will get 18.791 kilometer per hour. So the answer it says it should be into a three significant figure. So when we convert this into a three significant figure, so we will get 18.8 kilometer per hour. Now let's find the upper bound of a lower bound of a speed. So we have found the upper bound of a speed, which is 18.8 kilometer per hour. So now the lower bound is, first let's write the formula for this lower bound for S is for a speed, average speed. I'm writing. So for the lower bound, you should have a lower bound of a distance first. Lower bound lower bound of distance divided by divided by oh, divided by upper bound upper bound of a upper bound of time. So the lower bound of a time, lower bound of a distance. So you have to subtract 14 uh, 14.20 minus 0.5. You have to subtract 0.05 and divide this upper bound of a time. So we have 46 minutes minus 0.5, which is our error, which is our so we have to find the upper bound, which we will add these the error and divided by 60, because we don't want into minutes, we want into hours. So while solving this, we will get our final answer as let's do it 14 point 14 point, this will become 15, and we will add 46.15 divided by 60. Let's use a calculator. By using the calculator, we 15 divided by 46.5 divided by 60 bracket. So in last we get the 18.258 18 point, so 18.258. So we have to round this to three significant figures, so we will get 18.3 kilometer per hour. So this is our final answer for the lower bound of speed. Let me write this lower bound of speed. So this is speed. Next we will do exercise questions, exercise 10.3. So let's find it.